Welcome, everybody, to the KQ Show, episode 28, Instructional Guide for Your Listening Pleasure. Today's episode is brought to you by Air in a Can. Folks, there's air everywhere, so get yours in a can and start blowing through any job. Right now, you can get 2 cans for the price of 2 when you supply your own air. Contact blowforthejob.com. Episode 28 brings us Talking with a Therapist. I sit down with Ashley Coates. She's a behavioral therapist for children with autism. We discuss childcare, concussions, and how magically tequila can cure any hangover. Enjoy the show. Welcome, everyone, to the KQ Show, episode 28. My guest today studied at St. Mary's. She's a behavioral therapist for kids on the spectrum, a former Sprint sales consultant of mine, and has a dire love for crustaceans and amphibians, Miss Ashley Coates. Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah. You do have a serious, your entire Facebook is mental health positivity quotes, and then amphibians, frogs, or crustaceans.
Yep.
It's literally, I just got bored. I was just going through it, and I was like, oh, what is it? Oh, how many legs? I'm just watching a documentary about, videos about octopi.
I was going to say that. I love octopi, too.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, holy shit. Wait, is an octopus? That's not a crustacean, is it?
No.
That would
it
be
is a
crab.
cephalopod, I believe.
I can't spell that one.
I don't think I can.
I think it starts with a 7. So usually we talk, we like to talk about, what we're drinking, but you showed up today with a little bit of a hangover.
Yes.
So, so tell me a little bit about that story about you. As you moved into an apartment, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just moved this weekend. Very excited about it. We went out to get some alcohol so that we could clean up and have fun at the same time. And I got a little too hectic with the alcohol. Just a little bit. Not a lot. I made the mistake of not eating, even though I had food to eat. I bought myself a burger and didn't eat it, and that is my biggest regret so far.
Yeah, see, I like to plan it out where if I don't eat, I'm able to get drunk faster. But then you hit that gap where, your body's like, you really should put some food in here. And I'm like, nah, I'll be fine. And then all of a sudden, 3 hours later, I'm just, blacked out somewhere riding a horse or in a
Well,
rickshaw.
that's kind of what happened. It was great. It was great. I don't remember. And then I woke up.
Yeah, see, I get the brown out. My body tells me, that's why I called it the ninja leave. I always just, out of nowhere, it'll hit me. I'm like, well, I need to leave right now. I got to stop drinking right now, or I'm going into blackout mode, and then I never know where I'm at. I wake up with a bed full of broccoli one morning. Now that happens. I didn't have broccoli. That's what's more scary.
Understandable.
I just woke up upside down in jeans and broccoli.
Jeans and broccoli.
I get a little weird when
I do that, but only if I'm going out. If I go out and drink, my friends, they'll always text me right before we go out, and they're like, don't fucking leave us again. Because every time, it doesn't matter. We could be at Brothers, we could be at Five Guys, we could be at Corby's. It does not matter. When I decide I am done, I will get an Uber and leave. I will find someone I know and have them take me home. I will go find somewhere to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, send me a picture and make sure you're cool. I'm like, all right, will do.
But you ninja'd out at Fridays one night.
Yes, I did.
We were all there, and I was like,
Yep.
I think it was right when you turned 21 too, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
it was you were 22, I think.
Sure.
That's what it was.
Yes.
And I was like,
yes, because now I'm 28. Sure.
Yeah. I was
Sure.
like, did anybody see Ashley? Should we look into her, whereabouts? What's your worst hangover ever?
Ooh.
And what led up to it?
Well, I went to college at 17. And because my mom worked at Notre Dame and I went to St. Mary's, she worked for the Upward Bound program, which was for first-gen low-income students. And so she worked with high schoolers that were going to Notre Dame or trying to go to Notre Dame. So when I became a freshman at St. Mary's, all of these people were seniors and juniors and over 21 with license. So
you were like, shotgun.
Not even that. I remember there was this one time I asked one of them. I said, "Hey, like, can you get me some Fireball?" Because I had no taste. I was just drinking.
Oh, you're just drinking the first thing they had. Yeah.
I drank whatever. I'd go to those parties and they'd have those plastic green bottles of gin, and don't know why, but I could do it. It did not matter. But I had asked her for Fireball, and I didn't know how much Fireball was. Didn't know anything about alcohol, really. I was a good kid. I didn't do anything, didn't drink, didn't
you're
smoke.
17. I don't think it'd be a really easy thing to know the prices of alcohol.
Exactly. So I handed her a 20, and she came back with a liter of Fireball.
Like, what do you think she was going to bring you back, like 5 little shots?
Handle? No, I thought she was just going to bring me a regular bottle. A regular sized bottle that would fit in my fridge. That one didn't even fit.
The handle.
I had a mini fridge. I was like, what? I didn't even know how I was getting it in. So she brought it up with a bag. And I literally just stuck it behind my fridge because it wouldn't fit in. And like, you know, next to the fridge is kind of cold.
You just poured a bunch of small water bottles.
I should have. That would have been a really good
cinnamon
idea.
water bottles.
Yeah, I like cinnamon water.
You forget and just chug it.
It's so good for you. It's the cinnamon challenge, but liquefied.
Yeah. I had a hot damn 100 come out of my nose one time. It's like Fireball. Yeah, it burns real bad.
Ew.
Poorly timed laugh came right out, burnt the whole time.
I had a poorly timed cough and I threw up everywhere.
It happens in life. So what happens with this one? Did you drink this whole thing of Fireball?
I tried to. I brought it over to a friend's because since I went early, all my friends that I knew from high school were still in high school. So, and I was the cool one because I was, you know, college bound and I have the liquor and whatever. Got a fake ID. Then I turned around and, we'll talk about that later. But I brought it over to them. And I wasn't the only one fucked up. And I think that's exactly why I got more fucked up than I should have gotten. Because I watched this person drink half a handle of whatever that, it's like snake something.
Snake bite? Not a shot.
No, that's from snake bite is, no. I don't know, but it was
made of real snake juice.
It was disgusting. It looked awful, but he just and like half the bottle in just one go, and he threw up in his own jacket that night. And I think at that point I was just drinking to alleviate that. But also, I was a big fan of Brass Monkeys back then.
What do you mean?
A Brass Monkey is when you buy a 40, you drink it to the label, and then you fill the rest up with orange juice.
Ooh, orange juice, and because I was just thinking about the 40s I would drink. Ugh.
Well, one, I don't drink 40s. I only drink Brass Monkeys, so I would not know.
So Brass Monkey is just orange juice? In beer?
I
never heard of that.
Really?
No, never.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, I feel like, well, because I'm kind of what they call, I guess, alcoholic. I'm like, don't put anything in my beer that's not going to make it more alcohol.
Well, what's funny about that is I always had a really weird experience with beer. Whenever I drink beer, I would go to this weird state of like, I'd be drunk and then I'd be really, really sober. And then I'd be drunk and then I'd be really, really sober. Found out I was allergic to gluten.
That would make sense.
Yep.
Damn, that sucks.
Well, not really. I don't like beer.
Yeah, well, I guess if you don't like it, it's...
Nope. I like sour beer, though. Sour beer is good.
Yeah. I like the craft beers. They're just like, they're so heavy. And like a lot, I mean, I love it because I'll get like a 6-pack of like Gumbo Head's my favorite, but it's just so heavy and it's so many calories. I feel like I'll have like a 6-pack and I'll be feeling great, but I'm just like so heavy.
Yep, can't
I feel
do
like
it.
I just had like Thanksgiving dinner and I'm just like,
This is why tequila is king.
Yeah. I mean, I've always liked liquor. I don't keep liquor in the house because I'll just drink it all the time. It's just too easy.
That's fair.
You know, I'll have like beer. I really like beer for the shower beer. I've recently come across this shower beer thing, and it's amazing. And just a drink, like just have one sip while you're in there. I don't know what it does, but it's amazing. You know, like I'll get out and I'll still have like almost the whole bottle. Sometimes I won't even finish it, but I just want, like when you get back from like a hard workout, just go right into the mat, just in there. My roommate's probably like, what are you doing there for so long? Like,
I'm drinking a beer.
yeah, I just stand there, and then I cry, for the first half hour, but then when I'm done,
You're
it
not
feels
doing
great.
it right if you don't sit in the back corner and let the water just kind of get you.
It's just too uncomfortable. I have too long of legs.
That's exactly it's suffering.
Yeah, so it's just, I think
You're
at that point,
supposed to suffer.
I'd be like, all right, I got to call somebody. we've hit a limit. I can't be just sitting in this tub crying. Dude, my old roommate, when he got hungover, or even after he got fucking hammered as shit, he would go into the bathroom, he'd turn the water on like blazing hot, but he would just lay there naked, in the tub. And my one buddy came over one time, it was the morning or at night, he went to go pee, and he said he was peeing, he heard like a little, like if somebody's in a tub and like they lift their hand or whatever, like a little kind of a splash, he's like, what? He pulls the curtain back, he slept in there all night in the water. And he goes, morning, like he was just in a tub.
Is he just waterboarding himself?
I don't know. I guess maybe like a water bed. But...
Intense training.
So biggest hangover, is that what it was? Was it from the...
Yes. I threw up at the door. And we have a little slide bathroom right before the door. So like I was there. I was at the bathroom. It didn't matter. A little bit there. Made it to the toilet. Still trying to keep some shred of dignity. I was trying to throw up quietly in this toilet.
I don't think that's a thing anybody can do really quietly.
I was trying so hard. I was like, look.
Oh, you're trying like in the mouth and just
like.
Yeah. I'm a screamer when I throw up. It's so bad.
Oh no.
It's like everybody's like, I think he's dying. I don't know who he's yelling at, but
I'm one of those weird people that like, if hey, I shouldn't have eaten that.
Yeah, it just comes right out.
Yep. I'm like, all right, gotta throw up. I already know I do. It's gonna happen. But also, I used to throw up a lot when I was anxious, years and years ago. So I got real used to that. So now it doesn't bother me at all, which is great because I am a lightweight.
So like I've never thrown off of alcohol somehow. Never have. Like I've had way too much, but like I don't really throw up too easy. But like when I'm sick, like me and my old roommate, he's probably 6'2", 260 jack, huge dude, right? So the combination of me and him getting a 24-hour flu together with one bathroom,
that's so nasty.
It sounded like the WWF in here. It was crazy. Like he'd get done. And like, when you hear the sound of someone throwing up and you're sick, I'm like, well, great, this is now going to make. So he'd get done and be like, whoa! Like it was so loud. I would go in there and I remember one time I was trying to make it to the bathroom. He was in there. I think I threw up on the wall. Like it was like it's a real thing when they say projectile. Like
no.
There's no controlling. It's like if I was just sitting here all of a sudden, you're just whoa! Like it was everywhere. And I was like trying to catch it out of the air. I was like, I'd never had that happen before. It was like it literally felt like somebody just like
your
squeezed a water balloon and just everywhere. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to spray that down.
That just happened.
Well, that was about the worst ever, though.
That sounds actually awful.
Yeah, that wasn't even alcohol.
I don't think I'd try to stop it. I think at that point I would just full send.
Oh yeah, I think I just hung out in the kitchen and just yacked and was like trying to spray it down the sink and everything.
Like one of those exorcisms.
Exactly. So I do want to talk, a little about your gig.
Yes. I'm a registered behavior technician, which means that I implement goals and targets, and then I implement those on and with children with autism or on the spectrum. I'm working with kids that otherwise cannot do things.
Okay.
And I mean things like going to school or being able to hang out with other kids. Basic things that kids actually need in order to grow and thrive. What I do specifically is a lot of naturalized teaching, which is really just allowing a child to do whatever they normally do in whatever setting and then plopping in fun lessons.
Yeah, I got you.
So like, if a kid wants to play with Play-Doh, cool. Let's play with Play-Doh and work on fine motor skills and roll it into a snake or roll it into a ball or ask me to do it if you don't want to do it. All of these are just things that a kid needs to start, I guess, to build on bigger skills.
Okay. Okay. So these are both like verbal and nonverbal, or do you deal with nonverbal as well?
Yes.
Okay. So it's all so it's the whole spectrum then. It's
Oh, yes. Environmental factors matter so much more than everybody acts like they do.
So elaborate. What do you mean?
I mean, your environment shapes you.
I mean, like examples, like for like these kids, like you saying, like because you said you're doing mobile, right? So are you going into their homes?
Yes.
So like when you get there, you can do you get a vibe of whether?
So no, it doesn't even mean that. It's just everyone has different behaviors in different environments. Every environment elicits a different type of behavior. It does not matter whether you're on the spectrum at all.
Gotcha.
So, for example, a child they talk about it all the time. Children act differently at daycare. Children act differently around other people. Children act differently in different households because they know different rules.
Yeah.
They know that they can get away with this or they can get away with that. So your environment is the biggest influencer, but what you can do is also allow your environment to prompt positive things as well. Because it's not always negative things that an environment prompts.
Right.
Like, for example, like how they tell you to not have a TV in your bedroom so that you can be right and not have work in your bedroom and not have things that aren't calming in your bedroom. Because that environment is designed for you to relax and sleep. So if you have the things that aren't relaxing, don't make you sleepy, things that keep you up at night like a TV, TikTok, there you go, that too.
I lose so many hours of my life on TikTok.
See, I had to stop. I was doom scrolling.
Dude, their algorithm is so precise.
Yes.
Like, I love it because it's so it's literally anytime I pick up that phone, it's exactly what I want to see, and it's like the craziest shit. But it is a way I do get like a lot of my news and sports updates and everything else because it's just instant gratification. It's in and out.
That's exactly what it is. But that's exactly what
the downfall of society.
Downfall of society. I honestly want to say the downfall of ABA sometimes.
I stole this quote from, which we're going to get to later about some of the quotes you have. Because you all have some positive quotes. Like, I love people that post stuff. That makes sense. Not the people that post randoms, like, oh,
nope.
don't walk down the pier if you're afraid of the sea. You're like, what?
I hate those.
Yeah, so,
Jesus.
no, so you had actually said in one of them, friends here, stop chasing stimulation.
Yes.
So that was huge. And I was like, man, everything is so stimulating for everybody. Like, when they say stuff, oh, well, your kid shouldn't be on it. Honestly, there's times where I'm like, yeah, I could probably go out and hang out with my friends, but I have the entire world right here of only stuff that I want to do. And it's like,
and I don't have to interact.
But it feels like I am.
Exactly.
And that's so like, again, I'm chasing that stimulation, like the instant gratification. But first, I have to urine 7. Wait.
Lord
Jesus. We're back live because you brought up something.
Hello,
so,
what'd I bring up?
Couple like about a month ago when Amazon went on strike in Michigan. All right, maybe everywhere, but they were doing some union strike. So like, I was waiting on my dad. Had moved from a nursing home, his own apartment now. He's ready to go. So we got to order a bunch of stuff. So Amazon was bringing a bunch of stuff. So this guy pulls up in a van, and he's right next door, like in front of my neighbor's house. And I see it. He's like, "Hey, your Amazon package is 10 stops away."
Yep.
This guy opens his van door.
Yep.
And just Amazon packages spill out.
Because anybody can do it now with whatever truck, and they rent whatever kind of trucks. It is insane.
This dude, when all of this spills out, basically, I think they were just in Michigan, especially Michigan, they were like, hey, we got to get all these packages elsewhere. So basically, he had dropped one package off.
Yep. Amazon Flex is insane.
Yeah, and this, so I remember it was about a half hour before he pulled up, he had dropped one package off, saw it on my Ring camera, cool. And I got home, I was sitting here, and then Ring doorbell goes off again, another package. Again, I had a bunch of stuff for my dad, like tables and, chairs, things like that. And then I'm like, the third one, I'm like, what is going on? So I look out there, and this is when I saw that he had all the packages all over the ground, and he's trying to go through them. And
so he can just fucking find yours instead of going back and forth?
This van straight up looks like if you're human trafficking people, this is the van you'd use. I mean, this was straight. I was like, what is going on? I was waiting for him to like move the packages. Just a little Asian kid just sitting there going, what am I doing? He's putting tape. He's just hired by Amazon. So this lady like down the road comes over. And keep in mind, he's, van, little Asian kids, bunch of packages, neighbor's lawn. This lady walks up and she's just asking him a question. This guy is so frustrated at his job at this point because there's just packages everywhere. He's came to my door 3 times. So I don't know if he's just going to leave him in the neighbor's lawn and then try to deliver him. So she comes up to him and she's like, and I'm inside, peeking through my curtain. So I couldn't see him, but I just see her go like, hand gestures like, hey, where are my packages? And then you see him go with both his hands point. You see, and basically what he was saying is he's going,
see them right
do you see all
there?
of this, bitch? Do you see all of this? I've been to that guy's house 3 times. I have to go down here. Like, he's just pointing everywhere, and there's packages everywhere. And I'm just sitting, I'm just peeking through my curtain, watching
That's
all
why
of this
I love
go
working
down.
at the mall.
Oh, it was a bunch of fun. And he also came back 2 more times later that day.
That poor man.
I left
Amazon just be tripping sometimes.
I left a snack out there.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Well, dude, I got shoes the night. It was like 11 p.m. and looking for some running shoes. It was like, it'll be at your house between 4 and 8 a.m. This is 11 p.m. Let's say it's 11 p.m. on a Wednesday. Sure enough, Thursday morning, we do our little 6 a.m. workouts. 5:35, some dude in like a Jetta, like it used to have all 4 doors.
Yep.
Like it did not look like a thing that should be delivering my shoes.
Yep.
And it was not even an Amazon package. It was just in the box.
Yep.
But I was like,
all right, shit.
I'm in, because I would just throw away the packaging. But
yep.
Hold on.
What?
Concussion.
Ah.
At some point, we're going to get to the concussion story, which I need to hear.
Yes.
I even put a check by it. Let me put a check. We're talking until we're done talking about it. You're not getting this check.
At my last job, one of my kids was very, very excited about something, and so I was sitting on a couch, and he was standing in front of me, and I was covering for someone because we did not have enough staff, so there was no one to cover for this girl that needed to pump.
Pump.
Yeah, she breast pump.
Okay. That's what my brain went to. I didn't know that's what you really meant.
No, that's what I meant.
Right, cool,
she has to do that for 30 minutes twice a day.
Gotcha.
So
I'm in there.
It's 1-to-1 therapy, but because we did not have the availability, we did not have the extra staff to assist with this. I was in there just to be
help her pump.
Yeah, exactly. Help her pump.
So you're not in the pumping room though.
No, okay. She is in the pumping room by herself.
There's a
I have asked
room
to join. She has said no.
All right. I was going to ask if there's any assistance in the pumping room.
No, I asked. She said no.
We need to code 7 in the pumping room.
We've
got 6 hands.
So we do have walkies. That's really fucking funny. But
pumping rooms. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I'm gonna lose track.
No, you're okay. This is funny. But he was really excited, and he threw his head back and he threw it forward into the side of my temple, and
like the death spot.
Yeah, and so I immediately saw stars. Like it was like, and I tried to get up, and I was really dizzy, so I sat back down, called for assistance. Because the person saw it happen, and she looked at me and she said, I heard that.
Yeah.
And so because he's a pretty wily kid, he was perfectly fine. He got up, he looked at me, and he said, and just kept going.
Yeah, he hit you with the bone into your temple where there's
recalcified bone.
Yeah, that's the worst spot he could have hit you in.
Yeah, so I'm fucked up. I know I'm fucked up. They're asking me questions. I'm like, yeah, I didn't pass out, but I do not feel like I can get up. I finally do get up. I'm wobbling. I don't feel good. I'm starting to get a real gnarly headache. And I'm still working with my fucking client. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this isn't going to work. And so finally, my clinical director comes to check on me. And he's amazing. He's actually my clinical director now. And he was like, you need to go home. And I was like, I can't drive home. I can't see straight. And the person that saw it.
So everything was blurry?
Everything was, well, I don't have poor vision anyway.
Right.
But wearing my glasses was a no-go. So everything was blurry. Yeah, everything was
just hazy and like.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. I was like, I feel like I'm getting a migraine. And I've had migraines before. So one of my coworkers, who's one of my good friends now, I don't work there anymore, but I had put my head down on the table and she was screaming from the other table, get up, you cannot go to sleep, stop it, stop trying to sleep. And so finally they get a hold of my boss, who at the time is on maternity leave, and they bring me to the office and they're like, okay, well, we need to take you somewhere. Mm-hmm. And it takes them like an hour or so to figure out like where to take me, what's going on.
And you're just wobble-headed, falling asleep and shit?
Yeah, I'm sitting there like I have them, like I asked them to get my sunglasses and my purse, like lights starting to bother me like immediately. I've never had a concussion in my life. So that was my first ever concussion. And so they take me to MedPoint or wherever they take me, to whatever health center. I don't want to say MedPoint because it wasn't MedPoint.
I got you.
But they take me there, and the lady does whatever check, and she's like, okay, it doesn't look like you have any neural issues, but you definitely have a mild concussion, so no work today. We'll see how you are on Friday. Come in before you go into work. And I'm like, okay. Friday comes around, and I can't even fucking drive.
So how many days till the
next day?
So like
she asked me.
This is over 24 hours? Is it,
yes.
Wow.
Like, I was afraid to go to sleep. Because when I was, like, starting to fall asleep, my brain felt like it was doing something it shouldn't do. So I just kept waking myself
like
up.
Shutting down. It just
like, felt like mush. Like something like waviness. It was just,
you know, your brain was smashed together.
Well, that's what it felt like. It was like throbbing almost. So I was like, this is not good. So because of the fact that workman's comp is involved, I had to go to that doctor's appointment. So I drove myself to work. I had someone drive me to the place, and then I texted my boss and had someone come pick me up and take me home. Because I was like, I'm not going to work. I could barely, like, I can't even.
And if they force you to, that's a little lawsuit.
Well, exactly. So they were like, that's fine, whatever. But what happened was, when I went to the doctor the second time, it was a different person. That person immediately cleared me for work and said I needed to go to work because they said...
What?
Yeah, because they said, because you have a history of headaches, we cannot determine that the symptoms that you are having are from the fucking concussion you just received. It could just be a migraine because you said that you had migraines.
That bitch. You should have headbutted her.
I would have been like, no, I should have been. Mm-hmm. Now what?
Look, it's already too late for me. Wow.
But so they released me for full work, and then they asked if I wanted another appointment. And I was like, yeah, I want another appointment. I'm telling you that I don't feel good. And then it got to the point where like I started feeling like numbness in my hands. My nerves were fucking up. I was shitty as hell.
Yeah.
So I go next week for the next appointment, and they're like, yeah, everything's fine neurologically. We did our little finger test. You're fine. You can follow something with your eyes, so you don't have a concussion anymore. Or if you do, it's not something that we can say is us. So they released me for full care again. And because they released me for full care, workman's comp only covered the doctor's appointments.
Yeah, that's it.
And so I told them I wanted another appointment scheduled. The third appointment, I told them what was happening with my arms, my neck, how stiff I was. And so they finally did a CT scan.
There it goes, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing in the CT scan.
What? For real?
Mm-hmm. But the CT scan was almost a month after it happened.
Oh, shit. Never mind. It was a whole month?
By the time that I got the CT scan, yeah. It was about a month after it happened.
And how many years ago was this?
Less than.
Okay.
This happened this year.
Yeah.
This happened in April, actually.
Damn.
And I didn't end up working again. And my last day at work at that company was April 26th. And the reason I quit is because, one, workman's comp didn't approve me for any compensation. My job also did not want to give me any compensation for the time that I missed. And even when I did try to come in to float and stuff like that, it wasn't working because the lights needed to be on and I couldn't handle harsh lights. Further than that, I needed a complete new prescription because my left eye was completely out of whack. So I had to go up in my prescription on my left eye, which is where I got hit.
Damn, man, that shit's crazy. That's
and then I had to get transition lenses because
the lights.
Everything
too bright.
is so sensitive, and I already am very, very sensitive. I have a lot of sensory issues. I've had them since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. This literally tripled them. I get shitty when I drive and the sun is in my face, like actual irritation.
Do you ever keep like because I have prescription sunglasses that I keep in my car. Because the transition when you're in the car, they don't help. Transition will help in the car.
I didn't know that. And then I found it out, and I was like, well, I spent too much money for something that wasn't as helpful as I thought it was.
Yeah, because sometimes they can do, like, if you have your, like, prescription, you can get, like, online, and you be like, hey, I have, and they might be able to do it for cheap. I think I got mine for, like, $120.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was surprised. I was like, man, I got it, because I hated it, because I couldn't do...
Have you looked into Zenny?
That's the online, the optic site, right?
Yeah, I love that place.
Yeah. I think I have a...
Astigmatism?
No.
Bifocals?
Herpes. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
You just looked at me, you're like, why is he talking about herpes in the eye? No, I have a prism. So, like, my eyes...
Oh, yep.
Like, because basically all my years of staring at... I've worked at Circuit City.
So they go like this?
Yeah,
yep.
and your eye muscles are stronger pulling your eyes in than out. So,
yep.
So basically, like, if I look at you right now, and there's two of you. Yep. Both of you. Yep. So, like, it's because my eyes, like... They do this.
That's
all of a
crazy.
sudden, by the time it gets out here, it's like gone. Like after a while, you can get used to it. Like I can do this or like one eye, but like I'm not doing this all day. I'm like, fuck that. Just give me the glasses.
Yep.
Like, but I was like, no, is there surgery they can do it? They're like, nope. I'm like, what can I do? Contacts? Like, nope. My VR.
Imagine if your contacts like go in like that.
Maybe I don't care. I don't care what you do. You could if there was like a small midget on my shoulder that was
your eyes did that. Your contacts came out.
Well, it's not my eyes. Like it's like where my eyes like it's like where your eyes automatically do it, and then like there should be muscles that pull it out, but they just don't. So like they just kind of fade off. Like also like they don't like get like
like this.
One of them, I don't know. Yeah. One of them will just go wall-eyed. Like it'll just be.
Yep.
You'll be like one just be like I don't know. But fun thing, I went to one optometrist. They gave me this at-home eye strengthening kit, if you will. All I know is this was the weirdest shit, and I did it every fucking day. Like, they're like, are you comfortable doing a daily workout? I'm like, yeah. It's all I've done my entire life. I'm like, yes.
Nerve thing where you're like...
No, they put me in these 3D glasses, right? It's a whole thing. I put a 3D glasses on, then there's this like a blue and a red, thin, like, VR. Sheet. And you'll stare at a picture, and you slowly pull the picture apart. Mm-hmm. But it was so much shit that, like, I did every day, and I was like, this is not doing anything. Like, I understood what it was supposed to do, but it didn't really work.
That's a lot.
It was so, I would be sitting there, you have to have the right light, too, because, like, you're wearing 3D glasses in a non...
Is it training your optic nerve, or what?
I don't know.
I have a funny story, but... I don't think it can be on the record.
Well, then it sounds like I'm going to keep this going.
Keep it going, because it's funny. But one of my favorite moments, and it's not one of my favorite moments. It's really just funny because it also shows how much emphasis we put on things that really don't fucking matter. One of my clients, we were sitting down eating lunch, and one of my coworkers has a lazy eye. And so... no one brings it up. No one talks about it. Because no one gives a fuck. I'm just looking the right one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or probably when they leave, you'll talk about it. But
or just it was very clear.
Yeah.
Or look above her. It doesn't really matter. But
there's been the ones that are real bad where
yeah, it's bad.
You try not to, and you're like forehead eye. Try to make.
Yeah, it's like look in the middle. Because she has glasses to correct it, and they don't. But so. I was working with my client, and my client is just, he's not rude, but in societal terms, yeah, he's
Or are you saying
as hell.
He's this is an autistic one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then that's it's a different, they're allowed to say, kind of what they want.
And that's the thing, we work on explaining why before we work on eliminating behaviors. So, The thing is, we were at the lunch table, and I was talking to her, and we were just talking, and then suddenly, in the middle of everything, he looks up, and he looks at her, because I think I went up to go get something, or whatever, or I was sitting next to him, I don't remember, but he looks up, he looks straight at her, he has not said an entire thing this entire lunch period, because he's been eating, he goes, "Why you have crazy eyes?" And he said it so loud that everyone heard it. Everyone knew, like, who he was talking about.
People giggled and ran out the room.
Like, and I'm just sitting here like, okay, how am I going to handle this? Because normally, how people handle their children when they say things inappropriate or what's deemed inappropriate is they immediately reprimand and say, hey, no, we don't say that. That's not nice. But he's not saying it in a malicious way. He's asking a question.
To an also behavioral therapist?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's not saying it in a malicious way. He's genuinely curious.
She's well aware that he's an autistic and is going to say, gotcha.
And that's also just like, he doesn't have a very large vocabulary. Crazy is probably the best term he had in his repertoire to use.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about it like that, and you break it down into those simple terms, but you have to break it down like, because it's on the spot. So he said that, and I made the decision to ignore it. And I gave her the floor if she wanted to say anything, but because I am the RBT on that kid specifically, she's following my lead. So she also ignored it. And we just changed the subject. And then I came around later and I talked to her about why I did it. My client was very reactive to any type of redirection. He's also he gets embarrassed easily. Yeah. So if I redirect him in front of a group of kids, there's a large likelihood that he's just going to perseverate on the thing that I told him not to do. And then he's going to, well, why? Why can't I call her crazy eyes? What's wrong with me saying crazy eyes? Crazy isn't a bad word. Crazy's not bad. And then it's this cycle that we go through that doesn't need to happen. So it's also understanding that sometimes just understand that the person most likely understands and has been that's been said before. There's no way
they've been around children before. Yeah,
exactly.
Because honestly, that's something like any kid would say.
It's an innocent thing. And that's the thing. You have to realize that innocence has no spectrum. Innocence is innocence. Mm-hmm. So when a kid is saying something and you're sitting here saying, that's rude. Do they know it's rude? Do you know if they know what rude means? Mm-hmm. Do you know if they actually understand what you're saying when you're telling them something's rude? Or if they just think that you're yelling at them?
Yeah.
Or they just think that they don't understand exactly what. And that, again, goes for all kids. That's why I say that ABA is for everybody, because it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's just teaching, because it is something that I could see
It's teaching basic skills.
Yeah.
It is teaching basic skills. And it's something that could be used for everyone. The fact that it is just an insurance-based thing does bother me most of the time. Because I really do think that a lot of, I've worked in daycares before. I've worked at schools before. And at these schools that I've worked at, I've seen kids that don't have someone like me. I've seen this one kid. It was crazy. I was in a high school. And this one kid was in there, and my client looked at me and he was like, you see that kid? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, last time he was in this class, because this is the first time he came back, he asked to go to the bathroom and the teacher said no. So he shoved a pencil through his arm and said, can I go now? Raised his hand and said, can I go to the nurse, or whatever the fuck he said.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot to take in.
Uh-huh. And then
she still didn't let him?
Oh, he went.
I'm just kidding.
He fucking went at that point.
What?
He was gone for a little bit after that. I think he got expelled, though.
God,
because a couple weeks. Not for that.
Well, yeah, but if he does it to himself, he could probably do it to somebody else even easier.
Oh, no, he didn't get expelled for that. A couple weeks later, he choked someone with his headphones.
Well,
and the police had to be called.
Well, yeah, that seems...
to take pictures and
violent.
Stuff. Yeah, and the only reason I knew that is because I was just sitting in the office and watching everything happen while I was waiting for my kid. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here? But the thing is, it's the same at daycare. It's fucking fight night out there. I'm watching 3-year-olds and I'm like, do I need to bet? Is something going on here? Because
You've bet on kids fighting, haven't you? Don't lie.
No, but I would if I could. If there was actually
3-year-olds just out there scrapping.
Yo, there's this one girl. I'm a great person. I'm very nice, but this girl, she straight up looked like a grown man in the face, but with a child, like a 3-year-old's body. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And the way she talked was just so I'm going to do this because I want to do it. And I was just like, who is teaching you? But one day...
I think the answer is no one.
Someone is, because I was at the daycare. But she heard me calling for my kid. And her solution was to drag him by the arm to me. Come on. He doesn't fucking understand what you're doing. Why the fuck are you doing that? And it's not even like playful dragging. He is on the floor and
like
she's
just like straight actual dragging.
No, she's like, I'm gonna pull his arm out of his socket type dragging. And I'm like, you're not gonna do that. And she's also the first girl to pop people in the face. She punches. Will immediately boom. And I do not put hands on kids, but I will block a kid if they are trying to harm another kid.
Sounds like she probably needed to be punched back. I mean, I think that, I think you're allowed at a certain point.
Or I didn't pull her arm. I pushed her arm just a little bit, like, so she wouldn't hit the kid. And I looked at her. I said, absolutely not. We do not do that. And she just smiled in my face. I said, I can't wait till you leave. I cannot wait. And she's gone now, but kids terrorize each other there. They are cliquey. They're rude. They do this crazy shit. They're mean. There was one week they decided that before my kid got there that they were going to be mean to him. So we got there and they were all prepared for it. So he walks in and they look up to him. Mind you, he does not say more than 3 words at a time. He doesn't have his sentence building skills. He can talk. He understands way more than he talks.
Yeah.
Like, so he gets up there and he starts to go play with them and they literally all circle around the toys and they're like, we don't want to play with you today.
Now, is this so he's autistic and they're not?
Yep.
Okay, and they don't understand that he is?
Nope.
Okay.
They think they just keep calling him a baby. They're like, why is he a baby? And I'm like, no, he's your age. Stop. So what I ended up doing was I was like, it's okay, we can play together. So I took some of those toys and I'm playing with him. And then they come up and they're like, can we play with you? I said, no.
And you punched her in the face.
Nope.
No.
Because you don't have to have pain to suffer.
Man, that's just...
But that's a lesson. That is natural consequences.
Yeah.
If you sit there and you tell... And that's the thing. A lot of people think that ABA is a lot of just giving kids what they want when they do what you ask them. No, it's also, hey, you did this. And I'm not going to take anything away from you for that. But it doesn't make me want to hang out with you. Yeah. It doesn't make me want to do these things with you still. Mm-hmm. So I love that you asked nicely to hang out more. I love that you asked nicely for more time. But due to your actions previously, I'm not going to give you more time. It's time to go. So, like, it's the give and take, but it's also understanding that type of understanding at a young age goes a long way.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I know everyone has experienced a kid either go nuts for a little bit, scream bloody murder, hit you in the face or some shit, and then 2 seconds later, it's like it didn't happen, and you are their favorite person and their best friend. And I know that everyone has that feeling of, what the fuck? Everyone does. I felt it. I know other people have. I've seen it on people's faces of, damn, I don't want to be nice to this kid now because they did that. And that's just human fucking instinct. That is exactly what...
Like a defense mechanism. It's like, you just hurt me. Like,
it's natural consequences.
Like someone almost killed you with their baby skull.
Yeah.
Your instinct should have been like, I'm going to kill this thing, but you didn't, you know? And,
and that's what happens. I mean, that's exactly what happens. So, I don't know. I just think people don't really understand a lot about, I guess, natural consequences. Because honestly, they happen all the time. And all I see, and I'm talking about in the adult world too, things happen based on what your choices are. And you are sitting here, how the fuck did this happen?
It's choice.
Natural fucking consequences.
This is your choice and your consequence. It's
like you chose to do. Everything has a after. Everything has an effect.
Cause and effect.
Yes, and everything elicits some type of behavior. Everything is a behavior, honestly.
I mean, I think about like honestly, like if like is my, I was back in like my dad definitely spanked me, did something wrong, but I knew I did it wrong. I'm like, damn it, I'm gonna have to get spanked for this, and I was like, shit. But I'd have the choice of, hey, do I want to be grounded for a week because of my choice, or to get spanked? Yeah, go ahead and do the spanking because I got things to do on Monday.
Yep.
But it was like, I never thought about, oh my God, your parent hit you. I'm like, I deserved that.
And that's also a thing.
Like I would have, if my dad would have actually hit me with like something crazy, like a golf club, like. Yeah, a little extreme, but I probably deserved it. But the spanking, I was like, that's such a normal thing. Like, I was like, or it's like, I don't want to be fucking grounded.
And here's the thing. different strokes for different folks, and that applies for punishments as well. My dad was a big fan of gentle parenting. My mom was not. Is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, that really shaped my life in a different way. My mom was disciplinary, but also she worked all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember my dad spanking me once, and I remember having to pretend to cry so that he didn't feel bad that it didn't hurt. Whole time he didn't even want to do it. And it didn't hurt because he wasn't trying to make it hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But as I got older, like, I'm very thankful for my parents disciplining me. Maybe not the way they did, but without that discipline, I could have turned out to be a very different person, a very different kid. Obviously, everybody makes their mistakes, and I think it's very hard to humanize your parent when you're in the moment and you're young and everything is about you, because everything is about you until you turn, like, what, 18, 19, and then you start to, like, almost foster this type of relationship with your parents where you're like, damn, oh.
I was that bad? My bad, guys.
Well, it's weird because I'm thinking about the fact that right now, I'm the age that my mom was when she had me. That's insane to me because I'm not fucking ready for a kid. I would never feel like I was ready for a kid at this age. And my mom was. So it's just a complete different dynamic. But, like, realizing all the pressure you put on a parent when they weren't even really old enough to have that pressure in the first place is insane.
Yeah.
And once you have that click moment where you're like, oh shit, I probably made life real fucking hard for them too.
Yeah.
It's just so surreal and so, like, your parents are people. Your parents think exactly the same, maybe not the same, but similar to you.
Very similar, yeah.
And they're probably, when you're doing whatever the fuck you're doing, they're probably sitting there thinking the same thing you're thinking. What the fuck are you doing? Why are we doing it?
My dad was always like, he's like, look, I knew it, like, now that I talked to him, like, you know, as an adult, I was like, maybe like I was like 20. I remember when I first moved out and I was like 20, I was like, hey, I've smoked weed, I've drank underage, I've done all this. My dad's he's like, I know all of it. He's like, I did all of it. He goes, it was legal for me to drink when I was 18. He's like, I've done all of it. He's like, I'm just prepared to tell you how to get through it when it happens, you know? And he would sit back and watch, and he would, you know, you wouldn't listen to your parents. You're like, if you keep doing this, this is going to happen. And of course, I would fucking do this, this, and this.
And then it happens.
Yeah. And he'd be like, I told you.
I did this 20 years. I just watched you do it. I'm living vicariously through you, but I'm trying to help you out while I do it.
Me and your mom had, we had 20 to 1 odds that you'd do it on Thursday, and it's Saturday, so.
You know, I win the bet. One thing that I will say is I did a lot more drugs than my parents did.
Yeah, I don't know if, I think I probably did too, for sure.
Definitely did.
Yeah, I feel like my because it was, my parents were around when the weed era. That was it. Like, that was it. It was like, oh, man, the weed era. Like, I'm sure my parents probably.
My mom still calls weed reefer, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think probably I think it's I think my mom really never dabbled with the weed.
I know my dad smoked weed, but
yeah, like it was funny that when I told my parents I did, and like, cause my mom, when she had, you know, later in her life, she got diagnosed with MS, and I just brought weed over to her. I was like, hey, we're gonna get the best shit in town.
And
we're gonna get
be
real
relaxed
high.
as fuck.
My dad, you know, he's like, finds out, you know, we're smoking. I told him the same thing, you know, and he's like, oh hell, he goes to his desk.
Yep. Pulls out a little corn cob fucking.
Yeah, with the little thing at the end of the road slip. He's like, you know, I'm like, what's going on here? The last place I would ever look for any drug paraphernalia is my dad's desk. I'm like, I've been living under this roof for years. You've had all of this. You had a fucking joint roller, a whole tray, and I'm like, we could have been kicking it for years.
Yep, and that's also the thing. Again, with your parents are you. Like, I'm so happy that I'm at the age where I can actually enjoy my parents, and I'm so happy that I got to the realization that I should be enjoying the time that I have with my parents this young in my life, because I'm blessed to have them still now, and I'm very, very blessed that, like, my parents are in their 50s young. Like, please, I got time, and I've been able to, I don't want to say break any generational curses, because I don't think that's necessarily what it was. I think mainly it was just having a awareness and understanding at a younger age than most people get it.
Yeah. And it's cool that you've had at this age. 'Cause I still know people that are, 30s, even 40s, that they won't have the conversation with parents. Like, you have to have, hey, look, I'm an adult now. Like the first time I paid my first rent bill, I was like, hey, here's everything I'm doing. Because I don't want you ever to think that I'm not. Like, this is, hey, I'm as an adult, here's what I'm doing. And I remember the first time I cussed in front of my parents, it was about something business-wise in my life. And it was, because back in the day, it was like cussing now, it is what it is. But like then, it was
still the same for when I was young.
I mean, I've always had the respect. I wouldn't drop the F-bomb in front of my mom. But I remember something happened to work, and it was after I moved out, but then I moved back in before I got a different house, and I was just dropping the F-bomb all over the place. And I didn't even think anything about it. Like, it was just like, it was whatever, and I sat down, like, and it was like the next day, like, I was like, damn, I cussed a lot yesterday, didn't I? I was still 20, but I was like, he's like, well, you're an adult now, I was like, it is weird, like, to think that I was in a room just venting to people, not my parents, and it was cool.
And that's the best, that is literally the best feeling, honestly, because it's someone that genuinely, whether they understand you or not, they're at some base level going to understand.
Yeah, because they've been there, done that.
Or at least been there and decided not to do that, and can talk about that too.
My buddy, Nui Komasai. Now, so he had a collection of these VHS Dragon Ball. I kept calling them Dragon Balls.
Nope.
I know, I get it. Yeah, I get it, everybody. Yeah, but I didn't know what he kept giving me these VHS tapes, like these Dragon Ball Z.
The fact that he has the VHS tapes, first of all, do you know how fucking expensive
I know, and I keep trying to get a hold of them because I'm trying to get those shit graded. Thor didn't get it graded. That's selfer.
Nah, and the thing is, some things just have that sentimental value that outweighs whatever monetary value you can have, and I can understand that for Dragon Ball because of that shit.
Bingo. Because if you wake up in the morning and you have like $1,000 in your bank account and you look online and get posted, oh my god, Dragon Ball Z, the original videotape, graded in a sealed case.
But I fucking have it.
You have it? Let me send it out. Get it in a sealed case. Make yourself some money.
But
now we're sending out the world our discount
But that's further than that. That is the difference between sentimental value and monetary value. Monetary value does not actually exist. Monetary value is a construct.
What's the word mono mean? What's mono? Let's break it down. Mono.
Okay, well that's not how it goes. It's mono isn't in there, so it's mon. Iteri. So really, what it is probably mon and then teri.
So, like, there's two different people there.
It's a suffix and a prefix.
Oh, I thought it was like, it's my mon, and that's Terry.
Oh, well,
mon
is just a term for a person.
I took Latin for 3 years and learned nothing. Fun fact.
Yeah, I had 7th grade Latin class. And
you're in, that's why this, ladies and gentlemen, she's, I'm going to start with your IQ level.
Low-key Rain Man.
Well, you were in 7th grade. I was in 12th grade going, honey mustard wings, because the Romans loved honey.
Oh my fucking god. E2, Brutus?
Well, also, my friend that was expelled, he threw bread through the window of our class.
See, and that's the thing. My friend that was expelled, he tried to stab someone with a box cutter.
And that's not the same
and then
thing.
They got jumped.
You keep saying. I said a friend slipped bread through the window, and you go, same thing. I had a friend stabbed a guy in the neck.
No. He didn't stab him. He tried to. It was really weird. He just came with a box cutter, and it was just weird. Like, how anybody
that has a box cutter without a box.
Is, how in movies where it happens and it's so awkwardly placed that you're just like, this really shouldn't have happened. That's how the fuck it felt, because the person that pulled the knife out, I was just like, yeah, this nigga crazy, but I never thought he would pull out a fucking box cutter to fucking cut these people up. And the reality of the thing is someone punched him in the face, and that was it.
See, that's the thing.
He no longer has the box cutter. They literally jumped him.
If I punch you, you come back with the box cutter. Then I come back with a knife, and then your uncle comes with a gun. And
no, here's the thing. He came with the box cutter, and he lost with fists.
Hold on. Say it again.
He came with the box cutter. He got punched in the face while holding the box cutter, and then got jumped by 2 other people.
Well, yeah.
So he had no opportunity to use that box cutter.
So the box cutter cat got his ass beat on purpose.
Because you are not going to fucking cut me. That is the one thing. You are not going to cut me. If it happens... Because that's
the worst. That'll kill you quicker than getting shot.
I don't care about...
getting shot. Think about it, getting shot.
I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I hate the fucking feeling of getting sliced by anything. I've cut myself with knives on accident. That shit fucking hurts. And that shit just annoys me. I've gotten angry over that shit.
And the poke, could you imagine? Because the problem is when they poke and they pull out, that means you're just bleeding.
And that's the thing. Puncture wounds are the hardest to heal. They're the most prone to infection. Like, puncture wounds are the wounds that actually kill people.
That's why I stopped fucking hanging out with my cousin, bro. We used to fucking play puncture wounds, and then when he stopped breathing, I called. I won't record. I'll cut this. But I called the police. They said he's been dead for years. So I don't know who that I stabbed.
Yeah, schizophrenia is a thing.
Yeah, no. After a couple pills later, I woke up in like this bed. They had me like.
This is me saying I'm gonna take a bathroom break. I'm gonna run 1, 2, 3. Run.
Hold on, don't say that. I might forget to cut that. They might send people to my house. The need for speed. Sorry, exactly. I went into Top Gun, and because again, I think I have Tourette's.
You went into Top Gun.
Well, no, I just heard the need.
And mine is just like speed.
I tried speed one time, and that was the last time.
See, I've never tried, and that's the thing.
Steve had speed.
I've been offered speed before. I have declined it almost every time.
It's called Vyvanse.
Oh, I was talking about cocaine.
Well, the same thing. All the same. Cocaine's a powder. Vyvanse is pills.
It is the same.
Small balls made out of a small pill.
Pause, because it is the same compound. It's not necessarily the same compound. It has amphetamine compounds in it, but it is not the same as straight Adderall or straight Vyvanse. They are a little bit different.
Wait, are you talking about? I don't know. What's different?
Oh, I was talking about cocaine.
Oh, cocaine's that close? I was joking. Is it that close to Vyvanse?
Yeah.
Holy shit. No wonder.
They're all
amphetamines. People listen to this show know my story of Vyvanse. When I sweat through my body. Ashley, I sweat through my entire body on a golf course. I had a sweat mark down the back of my ass crack area and across the bottom of my ass crack area.
Kyle, we worked at Sprint together.
Well, you saw me sweat, but this thing
Kyle, you sweat a lot at Sprint.
Yeah, but this thing was everywhere.
There was a day where I just wanted to pull you aside, and I was like, go home. Go fucking home. Please just do something to relax, because literally I'm looking at you and my blood pressure is rising.
Sometimes,
please.
You got to sweat through the pain, I guess.
No, you fucking don't. But that actually,
I just sweat normally, even in my sleep. So even if.
So actually, I was thinking about you. We sweat a lot because of the humidity. So that you were not.
Humidity. I don't even want to talk about.
But my boyfriend woke up and I looked at him one day. I said, "So did you sweat the bed?" And I was thinking about that. I said, "Where the fuck did I get that term from?" And I'm like, I think Kyle used to say that shit.
I sweat the bed. I wake up in a puddle every morning.
Exactly, but that's the thing. I said it to him and he laughed. He was like, that was funny. And I had that immediate thought of, this isn't my joke. Why is this not my joke? Whose fucking joke is this? You are the first person that fucking said that to me.
I need you to get up back online. I need you to reenact the moment and then hashtag and then hashtag.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, but again, you stole my joke.
I didn't necessarily, I privately stole your joke, so technically I didn't steal it. Just like, if a tree falls in the forest, did anyone hear it? No. So did it exist?
If I fart like a little bit during completion, you shouldn't laugh.
If you didn't, and that's why. Thing is, if you didn't hear it, it didn't happen.
That's why I stopped dating my fucking cousin.
Okay, Mr. Kentucky, what the fuck? Oh, that's also something that I experienced in the last 2 years.
Oh, good Lord. Every time I
No. Sundown towns.
I don't know what that means.
They're towns that, are just historically racist and continued to be.
So they're called sundown towns?
They're called sundown towns because they do fucked up shit.
So wait, so after midnight, you can't be black in that town. You got to get out.
Yeah, after midnight, you shouldn't be driving through that town. So we were driving to North Carolina, and we're in West Virginia or some shit. We're in Virginia, I think. But we get to this town, and there's just a bunch of trucks and cars all fucking lined up at different businesses, whatever, down the road with their lights fully on. And they're
what are they doing?
Nothing. They're just there. And I'm just sitting there.
What do you mean? If you were in that town, hey, drive up here and pull up to the fucking Bisquick and park.
Dead ass, and put your fucking lights on. Scare the fucking people.
Waiting for trouble or what?
The thing is, because of my background, because of the people that I was with's background, we don't fucking stop to find out.
So you had your street sweeper with you. You pulled that shit out and you just laid them all out? Is
no,
that what happened?
I drove.
You had a box
I drove
cutter.
5 minutes. That's funny as hell. I drove 5 miles under the speed limit to make sure that I could not get pulled over or anyone could not follow me and give me
film them at least?
Quote unquote citizen's arrest. I was driving citizen's arrest and I drove through that town. But the thing is that I genuinely do believe in things like feelings and vibes, and I don't even want to say vibes because I feel like that has such a mainstream fucking...
Well, you said you believe in feelings, and I think that's a real thing.
Yeah, I believe in like instinct and feelings, and the feeling that I got the second that we got into that time...
I call it the spidey tingle.
That's exactly what it damn near was.
And it's nerdy as fuck to say, but that's what I call it. When
no,
you
but
get
it is.
That feeling when you're in a situation where you're like... It's
instinctual. I'm not safe. Boom. I am not safe.
Boom.
You feel it. You don't know why, but you know.
Your arm hair starts fucking down.
And that's the thing. Those are the things that people say that you need to still listen to because of the fact that it's intrinsic instincts. They are naturalistic instincts that you have embedded in your body to let you know you are in danger. You may not see the danger. It may not be imminent, but it's here. And it's here right now. And so that's exactly the second we drove into that town. That was the feeling that I got. The feeling of, I am not safe until I get the fuck out of this town. I am not safe until I drive past this fucking limit and I am in a different town. It was that immediate feeling. And it was like 2, 3 in the morning. That's what made it so fucking scary. Why the fuck are all these people out, lined up with their trucks, lights on? And the thing is, I've dealt with the KKK before. I have, and I've had to.
You can't just skip. See, this is what you do. You just jump over. You jump over like big
I used to live with someone whose dad was a grandmaster in the KKK, and she chose.
This is great stuff. I know you have to leave. But like how you just skip over stuff? Yeah. Oh no, I've had issues in the past with the KKK.
But we talk about it. We've talked about like the fact that I genuinely feel.
In the past
No. I agree. But I mean, we've talked about the fact that I genuinely feel that some of the things that happen to me are just so fucking wild, and the fact that I get through them, like this girl, she didn't even tell me that her dad was part of the KKK, and not even just part of the KKK.
Was she a white girl?
Her dad was a grandmaster in the KKK.
She invited you to his house?
Yes, for a Halloween party, and so she didn't tell me until we were getting ready for the party.
Did you go whiteface?
She sat me down. No, the fuck I didn't. I'm not trying to
say how funny would that?
But that's the thing. I got drugged that day.
So hold on. So rewind. So you.
She was like, by the way, I really don't want to freak you out because this is not how it is anymore.
My dad's a grandmaster.
But my dad used to be a grandmaster in the KKK.
Used to be, or is he past it?
I'm sure he's past it at this point.
Okay, I thought you were.
No. They got ran out of their fucking town because of it, and moved to Osceola. Which is funny as fuck. No, do you know how funny that is? They moved from one racist town to another because they were like, look, they'll be all right with me here. Well, the thing is, I went there.
So when you got there, what happened?
Nothing. Like, Dad didn't fucking acknowledge me.
He got past it, probably. He might have been in the past or whatever.
No. She's very, very clear that he is very much so still racist. But, like, the thing about it is...
you still went, though.
Here's the thing, though. Have you ever seen the interviews of people with the KKK? It's not that they literally want to kill black people. It's genuinely that they think they are better than them, and that is the basis of their belief.
So they're white girls?
Yeah. Basically.
Damn.
Have you seen, there's this one dude, he's a comedian. He's not really a comedian, honestly. It's like a YouTube thing.
I've probably seen all of them.
He interviewed the grandmaster of a KKK.
Yeah, the black dude that goes to the most racist town in the country. Yes. Hour-and-a-half documentary.
And then he fucking made him, like, make a fucking ass of himself.
Yeah, at the end.
But that's the thing. But his thing was, I don't hate black people.
Yeah.
I just think that white people are better and are supreme. That was his thing. And so the thing about it is that they don't hate black people. So that's what they're going to say. I don't hate black people. I just think we're better than them and we deserve more rights. And that is a crazy ass thing to think and not be aware of the fact that that's insane to fucking think. Yep. And the thing is, like, did you hear about the whistleblower?
Guy that had the fucking whistle? I'm sorry. I didn't, but I just went with the... You see what I did there? You didn't even laugh at it. It hurt my feelings.
Well, it took me a second to realize that you were rizzing me. It's fine. But there's this dude that he whistle blew about aliens.
Yeah, and I watched all of it. He didn't whistleblow. He was... part of the government. Like, he's been doing it for years. Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's
they
what
definitely
a
have
whistleblower
them.
is. A whistleblower is someone that tells government information that's confidential
Do you
without their,
remember during
their knowledge or
COVID,
permission.
when Trump goes release it? It's the same shit. The same conversations. Of course, there's got to be people smarter than us.
Release the
there's gotta
Kraken.
be. Release the Kraken. Now, would that be an octopi?
Cephalopod.
Oh. If you were...
A Kraken is more of a squid because it has more than 8 legs. Anyway.
Maybe no, more serious question, no, honestly, before it's all said and done, like, you just got dropped off, okay, at a desert island.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love these questions. Let's go.
This
I played
whole
this
desert
game for a
island,
while.
yeah. Ashley, the island. You're going to watch these movies over and over. So what 3 movies are you choosing?
Fantastic Mr. Fox by Wes Anderson.
Okay.
The Princess Bride. And
Marriage.
either Marriage. I fucking love that. It's such a great movie. And the third one is a tie between Marvel Age of Ultron. There's actually this really campy ass philosophical movie called After the Dark that I fell in love with when they had me watch it in college. It's people just coming up with
Send it to me.
Oh, I will. It's a wonderful movie. It's campy as fuck.
That's what I love, because I don't have enough time to watch this. Like, give me something at it and I'll do it.
Oh, I will definitely, because I'm one of those people. My boyfriend hates it, but I love psychological fucks of movies.
So
the ones that mind
area.
bend you. Huh?
You've seen you've seen the movie Pi.
Pie?
You should look up the movie Pi.
Okay.
Spell it Pi, but also spell it Pie. You'll find it. Phenomenal movie. What you got?
Ooh, okay. Is between Age of Ultron and After the Dark. And After the Dark is this movie that there's this philosophy class. I think it's like an AP philosophy class or a college course. It's their last day and they're just trying to fuck around. And the teacher's like, no, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you this box. And you have to pick something out of the box. It'll tell you what your job is. And there's psychological, not psychological, but, what's the word? Apocalyptic disaster that's about to happen. There's a bunker.
Do they know that?
They're learning this as it goes.
Okay. Oh, no, stop explaining to me. I'm going to watch it. Once you leave, I'm going to watch it.
Oh, it's okay. You should.
Yep.
You genuinely, like, those things, like, for movies, like, we talked about that. I'm one of those people that can, like, look at it.
More. So what's another one that you like? First, have you ever seen Count of Monte Cristo?
No.
You probably read the book.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's a, wow, I really thought, like, people read the book, apparently.
Before they watch the movie.
Phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a revenge tale that's so entwined with different people that I bet the book's amazing.
It connects so many fucking people together.
It's like a 300-page book, somebody said.
That's not that bad.
Phenomenal movie.
That's my favorite thing about being surprised by good movies, because I don't know, and maybe I'm just full of it. It could be, but the way I watch
books, so I'd put you in a high rating.
Well, the way I watch movies, one, I'm a movie snob. I am a literal bitch about movies, and I will say it again and again and again. I criticize movies. I analyze movies. I am immediately that person that's like, why do you think this movie is good? Because I thought it had a terrible plot, and I don't think it really went anywhere.
We should talk about that, because I love movies.
Oh, we can definitely talk about movies, because I have a lot of, like,
What's your top 10? I need to hear your top 10.
Top 10 good movies?
Overall time. I know we're limited on time.
Fantastic Mr. Fox is number 1, because that movie is
Send that to me, because I don't know what that is.
You've never seen it? It's a claymation animation, but it is so good. And it's based off of a 70-page book, which doesn't make any fucking sense. It's based on a book by Roald Dahl. So that's the first one, Fantastic Mr. Fox. My second one would obviously be The Princess Bride, because literally it's just...
It's good.
Yes, it's a classic. It's a genuine, actual classical movie.
Mm-hmm.
Robots, I'm going to put that up there.
Which one? iRobots or just Robots, the animated... I got you. Okay, I'm in there.
Robots, the animated film. See a need, fill a need.
I'm in there.
It's a Disney movie. No, I never remember the fucking name of this movie. I have a big head and little arms. I don't know. I just
that's
think
the
that
Mr. Robinsons.
Thank you, Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah,
that movie.
Yeah.
That movie is so fucking good. But the message in that movie is for both adults and children.
Bingo.
Keep moving fucking forward because that is literally philosophical shit right there. Keep moving forward because progress is linear. No, it's not.
It had the best
time
message
is.
ever. First, for a single 40-year-old man, and I love that movie, it had a great message.
It genuinely does.
Here's my thing everybody hates me for, and I probably... Motorcycle.
I told you he lives
I probably shouldn't say this, and you might hate me for it, too. I have not seen any of the Despicable Me.
I hate all of those movies, and the Minions make me fucking freaked out. I don't know why, but they really freak me out.
Didn't know you were going to attack
I actually
the
have
world that way. You go, hate all of them, stab them.
I actually have a horror story about the Despicable Me's, and this is the last story that I'm going to go on, because I do need to leave.
I know, I apologize.
7 o'clock now, and I didn't leave, but...
Also, and you have to give shout-outs to your boyfriend for...
Shout out to my boyfriend, Jeremiah, for allowing me to stay this long to have this podcast. I love you so much. You are literally the best thing that I think I have in my life right now. Not even think, I know. Anyways, here's the story about me at the KOA.
Bro, you look pretty good. Oh, sorry. I'm kidding. She
does look good. He always looks good. But I worked at the KOA for a while, and one of my old coworkers hid one of those stupid-ass McDonald's Despicable Me toys that laughs behind my register. And so the way that the desk is set up, I can't fucking see it at all. So I opened the store by myself. So it's just me at 7 in the morning. So I open the fucking cash register to start, and I hear, and I'm like...
How's that go again?
Well, I have a fear of clowns.
Oh, is that what it was from? Because you gave the weird, dirty clown laugh. You have a clown.
Exactly.
Ooh, do they know that?
That I don't like clowns? No, they don't.
Do they know that?
No, not at all.
Oh, you stab somebody. You have a box cutter.
No.
No, please keep going.
St. Mary's had the clowns. I was there at St. Mary's when the clown situation was happening, which again feels like a dip in the timeline that I can sit there and say that the clown situation happened and everyone knows what the fuck I'm talking about, because there really was an era where there were literal clowns fucking walking around.
There was an era where I literally met like a bunch of girls in that little room that watched TVs, and then I went upstairs with one of them, and yeah, they were scared of a lot of things.
Yep. Clowns are the number
That was
one.
Mostly just a sexual night. I don't know where we were going with this.
It's okay.
Did
she put on makeup on you? Did she make you wear the clown like nose and everything?
Well, no, he had a pretty big penis, which I didn't know.
Did he dress the penis up as a clown?
No, there was I was supposed to eat the donuts or whatever it was. Ew, that made my soul hurt.
It's okay. Once in preschool, this kid sent me a dick pic, and I told him straight up that if he put a sweater and a beanie on his dick, it would look exactly like him, and I still stand by that to this day.
I don't want to ask who that was.
It's okay. His name is Caleb. He's a rapist.
Well,
sometimes
people are the
That was a lot. That was fast. Life comes at you fast, and sometimes
you gotta dodge. You gotta
faster.
duck, dip, dodge,
and
duck,
dive,
and dodge, and dive. There's a dive in there.
Duck, dip, dive, or duck, dip, dodge, dive, and dodge.
There's a couple of dive or dodges.
It's 5. It's 5.
All right, Coach. I know you got to get home to your man. Sorry I kidnapped you this long.
It's okay. It's okay. We need to have a part 2 because I just feel like this was not
Well, you were a little hungover.
I was really hungover. Not even a little hungover. You don't know this, but I parked on Liberty Street and put my hazards on so I could puke.
Oh man, you could have just. No, we actually had we made it through this much.
I knew I could cancel at that part. I knew. I was like, I already drove 25 minutes here. I'm here.
Damn. Well,
I was like, damn, I'm really fucking hungover. I said, am I still drunk?
You know what it took? It took a bunch of shots. And some happiness.
And that bagel was wonderful.
Bingo.
Shout out Big B Coffee, even though they're really fucking expensive.
And your man told you eat this fucking bagel.
He made me eat it, and I ate the fucking bagel. Bingo. And now I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna smoke more weed, and somehow I'm gonna end up okay. And I have school tomorrow. So
boom.
Wish
Was your
me
first
luck,
day,
folks? I guess.
Is your first day?
Yeah.
Oh, first day of school. You better send a picture with your backpack. Because listen. This week, you see everybody post their pictures online of all their kids going to school.
Yeah.
I post a picture of my bikes by the door.
That's a good idea,
Yeah,
honestly.
I did. Hey, they got
hide
one
your kids,
laugh.
hide your wives.
People were like, nah, man, we got real kids.
Because
Fuck
I'm
your bikes.
biking up out here.
Hide your bikes. Hide your wives.
I will steal your shit immediately. I do not give a fuck.
All right, so last chance. Here's your last shout outs. Give your shout outs to who you ever want to, and then what you're doing next.
Shout out to my man, Jeremiah. I love you to death. Shout out to my parents. Y'all are cool as heck. Shout out to me because really, y'all don't even know what it took for me to get here and the respect and love I have for Kyle to be able to show up here as fucked up as I was. Because let me let you know. Even my boyfriend said, "Are you going?" And I said, "Yeah, just give me a second." That second turned into 30 minutes, but I made it.
I appreciate it. So, yeah,
Always.
we'll get around too, and I don't know how many more shots we can do. You still took all of the shots.
I was proud. You know, they say that you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.